All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're going to be talking about Valve's new Steam machine that just came out, available to sign up for pre-orders, and what its price point is, and kind of what people are a little bit disappointed by. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about here, if you're not super familiar with the Steam machine, or you're like, I heard about this on the news, Larry, but I don't follow hardware news at all. But what you've got going on here is the Steam machine is supposed to be like Valve's answer to consoles, where it's the size of a console, it's got all the sort of features and functionality of a PC, but the hope was that it would be a fair bit cheaper so that you could have it do, couch co-op things and be a little cute little console. But at the same time, you could, bring it with you back into your office and do some streaming maybe, or some regular PC things like working in 3D, office stuff, what you would expect you should be able to do using like, a desktop PC that also happened to be budget friendly. And originally people were talking about when this thing was first like previewed that maybe it would be like $600-ish that they could compete with like, consoles which range from like 300 to $500-600 themselves. And that would be cool because then you could put PCs in the same sort of category as consoles, where people would be like, well, you could get a console or you could get a PC. They're both the same price, thanks to Valve. Unfortunately, the Steam machine's base price is about $1,000, $1,049, and that's without a controller, which is sort of important when you're trying to sell the whole console thing. And it's about $80 more with the controller. But the trouble is, with only 512 gigabytes, you're looking at, installing 2 modern games, maybe 3 big-time AAA games, and then you're out of space. Then you gotta uninstall something every time you want to try a different game with your friends. Doesn't really work out. The 2 terabyte model is $1,300, and the 2 terabyte with a controller is $1,400. I guess that's okay, but at the same time, like, the power you're looking at is a couple generations old AMD Zen 4 processor, the GPU equivalent of a 3060, 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, which is enough for things like gaming and basic like editing tasks on your computer, but not fantastic. And if you had the 512 model here, that's just kind of meh, really, for storage space. You'd really need the 2 terabyte in order to really do anything with this. And then the rest of the specs are pretty comparable. It's got SteamOS, small form factor. If you pay for the bigger version, they come with different faceplates, if you care. I would just glue a sticker on the front of it, the one that comes with it. So that's not really a huge selling point to me. And then this bundle comes with a Steam controller, but you could just buy an Xbox controller. If you don't really like the touchpads especially, because this can feel kind of bulky, that might be how you end up going in the long run anywho, especially because most games are really designed with an Xbox controller in mind, as much as I make tutorials about using PlayStation controllers with them. So that said, that's the price for this, but I actually was playing around on PC Part Picker before making this video, and for a gaming, like a modern AMD gaming system right now, without looking for sales, I'm looking at spending just over $2,000 on comparable AMD stuff for an AMD Ryzen 7 processor, and then an AMD Gigabyte Gaming Radeon RX 9060 graphics card. And that's only like a little under $1,000 more for, better specs than you've got there. And it's not terribly hard to reduce this price too if we go down a generation. Like if we look for a different graphics card, like let's look for one that's not like almost $500. Let's look for, use a video card. We'll grab one that actually has a price attached to it. I guess you're not really saving that much money on a graphics card by doing this without looking for a deal. But we can look for like a Zen 4 for a CPU like they've got. certainly. Zen 4. Yeah, you can save a lot of money if you just get like a smaller Zen 4 processor. And now you're looking at, under $2,000. And we could even go for like a smaller amount of RAM, because the RAM's a huge, big price right now. That one you definitely want to look for a sale if you can. RAM is ridiculous. So let's look for 16 gigs. So here we're already getting down in price. And I already have like a tower case that I could put this in. So like, let's say you're just upgrading or changing out your existing computer. You wouldn't need a new case. You probably wouldn't even need a new power supply because I've got an 800-watt power supply and that's usually still good today. So doing that, you're already back down to the same price that you've got for buying a brand new computer from, Valve. If you've got like a case and a power supply already. So, it would have been nice to be like a good foot in the door for new people to PC gaming, but that's a steep price for what people were hoping was going to be more budget for power. But there's kind of several things going against Valve here. PC parts are ridiculously priced right now, especially because data centers and all this AI hype is switching over manufacturing to making stuff for that and selling stuff for that. RAM prices are through the roof. And also, when it comes to things like the Xbox and the PS5, Sony and Microsoft eat the price big time. Like with those, even Nintendo, they all eat the price of their consoles and they're a little bit more expensive, so they can't sell them at a profit. But the idea is you're locked in. When you buy a PlayStation, you're not putting a PC Windows on that and then suddenly playing Steam games with that hardware. You're playing Valve game, or you're playing Sony games. You're playing, if you're on the Xbox, you're playing Microsoft games. If you're on Nintendo Switch 2, you're playing Nintendo games. And they're getting back their money because they get a cut of every one of those games you buy for that system, as opposed to Valve, who, if you install Steam OS, you could sideload Windows 11 and easily put on good old games or Epic Games or whatever and download games wherever you want. So they're not necessarily going to make their money back on that in the long term. So, I mean, it could have been a better price. I think it's okay at the 2 terabyte level, but that's kind of on up to you. If you don't want to like spend the time to build your own computer, a pre-built's usually the way to go. If you do, and you're comfortable doing that, you can definitely hunt around and get some deals and get a brand new computer, probably with better specs than this, for around the same price, if a little bit more expensive. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. We're just talking about the Steam machine, what's going on. If you're interested in this, you can go over to, you just Google the Steam machine and it goes to the Steam store page for it. And you can sign up to join the waiting list to get one of these bad boys. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.